Hey guys, today I'll be covering how you can use a VPN, specifically NordVPN, to increase your chances of getting into easier lobbies in Call of Duty Warzone. I'll walk you through why this works, how to set it up properly, and what you need to watch out for when doing it. So whether you're trying to complete challenges faster, work on improving your aim, or just want a more laid-back experience without sweating every match, this can be a really helpful strategy to know about. Now, in terms of what a bot lobby actually is, it's basically a match that's mostly filled with AI opponents rather than real players. These matches are way less competitive, and they can be a great way to warm up or test out new loadouts without constantly being under pressure. So it's a really useful tool for anyone who wants to enjoy the game a bit more casually, or even just get some clean footage without needing top-tier reflexes. Now, as for how these lobbies actually get triggered, it mostly comes down to player availability. If Warzone servers can't find enough real players to start a match, the game fills those empty slots with bots. And this is most likely to happen when you're playing during low traffic hours in certain regions. So the trick here is all about timing and location. If you can connect to a faraway region where it's late at night or early in the morning, and where the player base is already smaller, you'll have a high chance of landing in one of these bot-heavy lobbies. But if you connect to a location that's too distant, you'll get very high ping and unplayable lag. It can take some trial and error to find the sweet spot, a place where the lobbies are less competitive, but you still get decent ping. And this is where the VPN strategy comes in. With NordVPN, you can easily connect to a server in a different country that's currently in one of those off-peak windows. Nord has servers in 165 countries, giving you many places to connect to. And their NordLinks protocol, one of the fastest in the industry, will keep your ping at its lowest. For example, if you're located in Australia and it's around 4 p.m., that would be the middle of the night in South America. By connecting to a VPN server there, you'll essentially be queuing into Warzone as if you were in that region, when fewer players are likely to be online. That way, you're giving yourself the best shot at those bot-filled lobbies without needing to change your actual schedule. Now, one thing to understand is that Warzone's matchmaking system is dynamic, meaning it adjusts based on multiple factors, not just your skill level. When you first start queuing up, the system tries to match you as closely as possible based on skill. But as that search goes on, it gradually starts relaxing those filters to reduce wait times. And interestingly, Activision has confirmed that skill restrictions are usually the first thing to be loosened, even before ping or other factors. So this is where using a VPN can actually give you an advantage. Since ping is still a major part of the matchmaking formula, connecting to a server in a low population region, especially during off-peak hours, can signal to the system that there aren't enough players available in your skill bracket, and when that happens, the game becomes much more likely to place you in a lobby with looser skill balancing, or even bots, just to get you into a match faster. That said, it's not a guaranteed outcome every time. The matchmaking algorithm is always evolving, and other variables like server load, region preference, and search density all play a role. But if you're aiming for less sweaty matches, this is still one of the more reliable strategies to stack the odds in your favor. Now, in terms of getting NordVPN set up for this, the process is actually pretty simple. First, you'll need an active NordVPN subscription. If you don't already have one, I've included a link in the description that'll give you the best deal currently available. Once that's done, you'll want to download the NordVPN app on whichever platform you're using, whether that's PC, PlayStation, or Xbox. After installing, make sure to completely close out of both Warzone and Steam first, then go ahead and open the NordVPN app, log in, and head into the settings. Here you'll want to switch your connection protocol to NordLinks, which is Nord's fastest option and really helps cut down on ping, especially when you're connecting to more distant servers. From there, just pick a server based on the criteria we talked about earlier, somewhere with a lower player base, and ideally a different day-night cycle compared to your location. So for instance, South America is a solid choice if you're in Oceania, since your afternoon lines up with their late night. Europe and Africa work well from a US time zone, and Asia is a good pick for players in Europe. And remember, if you don't get great ping the first time, you may need to try out a few different servers to find the best location. Of course, make sure you have NordLinks as your selected protocol to ensure you get the fastest connection. Once you're connected to the server, open up Steam, go into your settings, and change your download region to match the VPN location you just connected to. This helps keep everything in sync and can reduce the chance of matchmaking bugs, and after that, launch Warzone and you're good to go. Now, if you've heard of paid lobby services that promise to get you into easier matches automatically, it's worth comparing those with what you're getting here. And honestly, NordVPN ends up being the better choice in most cases. The problem with lobby services is that they usually give you access to a very limited number of servers, sometimes just a couple locations, locations, and you don't get to choose which one you're using. That often means higher ping and slower performance, especially if you're far away from the server location they assign you. Plus, because a lot of people using those services are trying to do the exact same thing at the same time, you actually increase your chances of matching with other players using the same service instead of landing in bot-heavy lobbies. And then there's the privacy side of things. A lot of those services aren't transparent about what they log, how your data is handled, or whether any of your info is being stored. In contrast, NordVPN has a strict no-logs policy that's been independently verified through multiple audits, most recently by Deloitte. And on top of that, Nord gives you access to over 7,800 servers in 165 countries, so you're never locked into just one or two options. That also makes it way easier to test out different regions if one server isn't giving you the results you're after. So with Nord, you're not just getting better performance and more control over your setup, you're also getting far better privacy and security while you play. Now, if you're still weighing your options and wondering how Nord stacks up to other top VPNs, there are a couple of strong alternatives worth mentioning. The first one is ExpressVPN, which is known for being incredibly fast and very consistent across all devices. It has over 3,000 servers across 105 countries, and it allows up to 14 simultaneous connections. And what really makes it stand out is how simple and seamless the experience feels. It just works, whether you're streaming, gaming, or switching between servers. Express also runs on RAM-only servers, meaning everything gets wiped on reboot, and it's had over 20 independent audits to back up its no-logs policy. So if you want something that's easy to set up and highly reliable across the board, Express is a great pick, especially if you're focused on speed and stability. Then there's Surfshark, which is probably the best budget-friendly option. It offers around 3,200 servers in 100 countries, and what's great about it is that you can connect unlimited devices under one subscription. So if you're planning to share with family or use it across a bunch of different devices, that's a huge plus. Surfshark also performs really well in terms of speed, retaining around 92% of your original connection, and like Nord, it's been independently audited and maintains a verified no-logs policy. So between the three, Nord tends to be the most feature-rich, Express is the most streamlined, and Surfshark gives you the most flexibility, especially if you're looking to keep costs down without sacrificing privacy or speed. Now, in terms of real-world testing, all three VPNs were run through a few different scenarios using Warzone, Modern Warfare, and Black Ops across multiple regions, including the Americas, Europe, and Asia. And the results were pretty consistent. Bot lobbies were easiest to find when connecting to off-peak servers, meaning those regions where it was either really late at night or very early in the morning. That applied across all three VPNs, but having more servers to choose from made a noticeable difference, especially with Nord. Performance-wise, all three were able to maintain low ping as long as you were connecting to a server that wasn't too far from your actual location. So if you're in the US and you connect to Europe, you should still get solid results, especially if you're using a faster protocol like NordLynx or Express's Lightway. And the key here is that none of these VPNs slowed things down enough to impact gameplay. So even if you're switching regions to try and get a bot lobby, you're still getting smooth performance and stable connections. It's also worth noting that they all currently offer big discounts on longer plans, usually 1-year or 2-year options, and they each come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you do have time to test this strategy out yourself and see which setup gives you the best results for your location and playtime. So if you want to check out any of the VPNs mentioned in this video, I've included links down in the description where you'll find the latest discounts, coupons, and full reviews for each one. That way, you can get the best deal possible and see which VPN makes the most sense for your setup and playstyle. And of course, if you ever need help setting this up or want a second opinion on server locations to try, just let me know down in the comments. I'm always happy to help with that. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, please consider leaving a thumbs up, as I always appreciate that. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.